Monosol may be a technology-driven company, but over the years I've learned that in any industry, people and relationships come first. Relationships between people set a business up for success or failure and provide the most enduring memories. That's why I'm beginning this book with a chapter on people, not a chapter on science or technology. And it's why I want to open this chapter with a description of how I met Jean-Pierre Naud-Filonnière, one of my dearest friends, whom I lost many years ago. I joined Monosol in September '89 as a young marketing and sales professional with a chemistry degree from St. Lawrence University in upstate New York. At the time, the company was a part of Chris-Craft Industrial Products, Inc., and owned by Chris-Craft Industries, Inc. Initially, I spent my time and energy seeking out market opportunities, looking for ways we could differentiate our water-soluble film business, which at that time was a unique technology. That, after all, was what I was hired to do. My thinking revolved constantly around one question: how could I do what others before had tried unsuccessfully to do? Grow the water-soluble film business and put the Monosol division of Chris-Craft on the map. In the mid-1980s, one project we tried to resurrect originated from a resin created by industry giant DuPont, a unique methyl methacrylate copolymer of polyvinyl alcohol. We worked with the components of this failed project and ultimately succeeded in using the resin as the basis of a water-soluble film that was extremely tough and elastic. We could stretch it 400 to 500 times its own dimensions without breaking it, and it was resistant to punctures. When it touched water, however, the film dissolved almost instantly. Even better, this solubility factor seemed to improve over time, the opposite of all other films in the market at the time. This was something new, something exciting, something never seen before in the industry. The work had been started by others in previous years, albeit with a slightly different approach, but we completed it. Indeed, that copolymer-based film is still in use today. It's what I think of as the workhorse for Monosol. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Although we had developed this unique film, which had many exceptional qualities, we had a dilemma. DuPont only had small quantities of the materials available from a trial they had conducted several years prior. In order to scale the film, we needed to pay DuPont over $500,000 to create a larger batch of about 100 tons. Essentially, this meant underwriting a single production campaign on a take-or-pay basis. They agreed to manufacture the resin on the understanding that we would take it all, no matter what. Unless we were extremely confident this would work, and the films we made would sell in the market, this was a difficult deal to swallow. DuPont was also in a risky situation. They estimated that if they had issues transitioning to other grades after this initial campaign, or if yields were low, they would take a possible loss of another $500,000. We both had skin in the game. At the time, Monosol's total annual earnings were about the same as this investment cost, so these questions weren't trivial. Reading the situation wrong could have had a catastrophic impact on our bottom line. Nonetheless, the connection between Chris-Craft and DuPont was strong enough to guide our decision to take the risk and proceed. We already had a great relationship with the company and provided all the film they used to manufacture Corian acrylic countertops, the artificial solid surface material that has become a household name. In fact, DuPont was always looking for ways to expand its relationship with us. They wanted to sell more resin by supporting us as a downstream business, and this new film represented a perfect opportunity to make good on that ambition. At the same time, DuPont's agrochemical division was also seeking ways to increase their use of water-soluble film to improve the packaging of agrochemicals, pesticides, fungicides, and herbicides. The fit couldn't have been better. All of which explains why I found myself on a plane to Paris to meet the head of DuPont's agrochemical division in Europe. The situation felt unusual because DuPont also invited the head of its current contract manufacturer and film supplier, a company called Neti, to the meeting,